Okay, let's shortly go over setting up multicast streaming on this is the standard broadcast streaming. Multicast, you need your service provider has to have that capability. I think we work on multicast, standard multicast. You go to the server, and you go to Windows Media Services, and there you can, when the first time you use it, you have to add your server, type in your IP address. Mine's already set up, and there's some help and stuff, but it's help is really that good. I can just have a recipe, go through it. Once your server is added, you'll see you'll have ability for advertising, properties that generally you want. Most of them will work the way it's set up, but you want to have them enabled. Authentication, Windows Anonymous and all. Cache proxy, I don't have that. It's like working off of a firewall server. Control protocol, you got to have that. This one is I got you. You got web server with using a certain IP address. My web server uses 198, and I'm also using that same IP address for the streaming with a different port, 8088. Using the same thing. This is IP version 6, but service provider doesn't have that, so it doesn't really do much. I run same IP address again on the RSTP server control protocol, but again a different port. Use the default port 554. And the web uses port 80, so yeah, there's no conflict that way. It just won't work if there's conflict. Storage source. Enable most of the other stuff. Unicast is fine. Getting started. Content. That's fine. Well, here I already have publishing points here, and again this one is I just created. You want to watch properties. You want to watch there's another set of properties, one for this server and one for an actual publishing point. Enable pretty much just about everything. Logging, authorization, that notification, fine. Just click enable, click on it. Authentication, anonymous users, fine. Click it. And for login people, you can set values to bandwidth and connections. So how much you want. I leave it unlimited. Get that wireless. Forward correction, enable that. Enable cache proxy. You probably got just to tell it never to expire in a cache proxy. Read that in the book. Archiving. That takes up disk drive space, so if you want to use that stuff. There's multicast is something your service provider. You gotta have credentials or it won't work. We'll type in the username. Apply. Specified, so that'll work. Buffering enabled. Well, okay, so actual recipe. With that. Okay, I want to set one up. You click on a publishing point. right click publishing point, add publishing point advanced. Add publishing point, then click the broadcast radio button. Name the publishing point demo or something. Give it a name. The location content folder. This is the gotcha. You got to put PSH. Got to have that for a push. Put encoder push item. The content type example. We want to put push. Click on that. Click OK. Click on the name of the server. Go back to the server. Check master properties. And here they have you go through control protocol. Again, that's what you gotta watch on this one. They have their different port number. Okay, 554 on the other one. Make sure they're enabled. They have to be enabled. It won't work unless they're enabled. Okay, go back to the new one. See its control panel, just the one we just set up. Default state is off. Remember, the encoder push mode turns it on automatically. If your encoder is running, you can test a client player right now by keying in the URL. Broadcast example poll. The number string is the actual IP address of the Windows Media 9 server. When the Windows order is turned off, the publishing point will turn off automatically. Okay, so that's it. This is just enabling a few things in the newly created publishing point. Some aren't necessary. Allow this user authentication. Cache. Proxy. String. Okay, it never expires. Archive it if you want to. Got a lot of disk space, it's fine. But there's a service provider item there. Credentials. Specified. Must be specified. User. Specified. That one. And there's this is the second part. The first part is to set up your remote computer, which can be just a laptop or an XP or whatever, as long as it has a media encoder installed on it, a free media encoder. And you set yep, with the camera for a broadcast event, and it'll activate the server. That'll be a separate topic.